Hi, in this lecture I'll teach you how to identify a typeface in 4 different ways. Here's the situation. There are going to be cases where you see a headline that looks fantastic and you might want to use it in your own projects. That's all fine and well, but if you don't have years of experience, you might not recognize that font. After this lecture, you'll have 4 solid ways to identify most fonts. Option 1. Use your browser's Inspect tool. This is particularly handy for those who have some sort of coding experience. Whether you know CSS or not, this technique is still going to be fairly easy to use. Here's a nice example. The site's name is pretty strange. It's sci.im. Nevertheless, this font is very crisp and it looks lovely on this particular background. If you want to find out what typeface was used in this case, here's how you do it. I'm using Firefox, but this works just as well on most mainstream browsers. You right-click this bit of text and you choose Inspect Element. You're going to have this window expand from the bottom of your browser, but don't get overwhelmed by all this information. What we're looking for is the Fonts tab. Here it is on the right of my screen. Click it and it will reveal what font was used for this headline. Here it seems this is Futura PT Web Lite. Fantastic. We can also see it's being loaded up from Typekit. Recently this has been rebranded into Adobe Fonts. This means I can probably sync it to my computer and immediately use it. This light version is what we're looking for. Moving back to the site, if you know a little bit of CSS, you can switch to the Rules tab. Here you'll find things like its specific color code. Here it's pure white. We can also see its line height, or what's called leading in Photoshop. So all sorts of interesting things, though it's not for everybody. Options 2 and 3 come from whatthefont.com. This is a website that specializes in identifying fonts. It features a pretty cool software program that tries to match fonts automatically with its database. That's option 2. The third way is based around What the Fonts community, which is pretty substantial and it's mainly typography lovers. You'd be surprised how fast these guys react when you ask for their help. So let's try it out. I have this image opened in Photoshop and I want to find out what font was used for this bit of text. If I can't get a precise result, I'd at least like a similar alternative. So we'll do the following. Grab the Marquee tool and make a selection around this last line. Next, use Ctrl-J to place it on its own layer. Now we'll export it directly from the Layers panel. Choose Quick Export as PNG. Nice, now I have it placed on my SSD drive. Let's fire up What the Font. The current full address is myfonts.com/whatthefont. Here we're asked to upload an image. Basically, make sure your text is fairly well spaced out, have it on a horizontal plane, have it in a pretty large size, etc. Our example ticks all these boxes, so let's upload it. Okay, now let's see what this site offers us as results. Well, in this case, it didn't do a fantastic job. We can see a few similar looking fonts, but if you analyze the K, you'll see they're not close. It really depends on how accurate you want the result to be. If you're looking to add to your existing sentence, using another font will most likely give you bad results. So option number 2 isn't reliable in this case, but in general I'd still recommend it. I've successfully used it in the past, but it all depends on your circumstances. As for option number 3, this requires you to click on Consult an Expert. Let's do that now, but I won't actually submit this case. Here there's only 2 things to fill out, the name of your file, and optionally you can include a message. There are some tips here that are worth reading. In essence, if you provide a bit of context, it's far more likely you'll get help. So if I leave it like that, it's going to be harder for someone to identify it. Nevertheless, I've had great results in the past, and by that I mean some people replied within an hour with the exact name and weight of the typeface. Finally, option 4 was newly introduced in CC 2015.5 and it's called Match Font. In this version it works pretty well, though nothing is as precise as the first technique from this lecture. Let's see it in action. I'll first create a new layer where I'll write You Make. I'll place it underneath this last line of text and I'll make it somewhat similar in size. I'll also enable Caps Lock. Next, I'll grab the Marquee tool yet again and I'll make a selection. Try and grab a few words but keep it on one line. Now go to Type from the top menu and choose Match Font. I already have my text layer selected, so as I click on these results, my layer immediately updates and I can see if it's a good option or not. These first entries are already installed on my computer. The ones from the bottom are available on Typekit, so if you want to try them out, you'll have to click on this small icon to the left of their names. It's going to take a second to sync, but afterwards you can try it out. Here, in this case, I'm pretty happy with this font. I've actually used it in the past, so I'm pretty familiar with it. In case your result isn't as good, move around your selection. You can refine it with these handles, or you can move it to another line. In some cases, you'll immediately get a completely new list of results, while other times you might see a couple of fonts pop in and out on this list. Overall, it's a pretty good technique, but it's not foolproof. Initially, when it first came out, I was really disappointed, but as I used it on several cases, I understood its results vary from situation to situation. So long as you understand nothing is as precise as using your browser's Inspect tool, then these are good options to identify a font. And that wraps it up. In case you're looking for the condensed version, I have a cheat sheet attached to this lecture. Have fun!